I had the opportunity about 6 months ago to have lunch with Kelly's doctor, Dr. Diane Reedy, and she's a neuroendocrine specialist up at Memorial Sloan Kettering. And I'm sitting at the table, and she slides this note across the table. And I look at her and I say, Doc, what's this? She goes, it's a thank you note. And I said, for what? If anybody should be thanking somebody, it should be me thanking you. The countless hours, the treatments, everything that went into it. And she looked at me with actual tears in her eyes, and she said, I opened up my email, and there was a huge check in there, and I could actually fund this fellow that I need to run further research. That, to me, is impact.
We went to Sloan Kettering to get my second opinion, and were shocked and overwhelmed with inconceivable joy when 2 doctors told us my initial diagnosis was wrong. The cancer I had was rare, even more rare than the first one they diagnosed me with, but that it was curable and I was going to live to see my kids have kids.
One day we ran out of options, and Eric would always say, I will do whatever it takes. I will endure any amount of pain, any surgery, any treatment, just do it. And he did it. He did a lot. But he would just say, don't let anyone give up on me. Just don't give up on me. But when you have no more treatments available to you, that's what it feels like, that everyone is giving up on you and the world is giving up on you. And that is no way to live, and that is no way to die. And so I just can't thank each and every one of you enough, because being here with your participation and your presence and your spirit and the money that you are raising is a symbol to Eric, to those who we've lost too soon, to those who are battling today, and to those who might have to battle tomorrow, that we are not giving up on you, right?
I'm the director for the Kravis Center for Molecular Oncology. Our goal is pretty simple. We're trying to define the cause of every type of cancer in every actual individual that gets that cancer. So we know that even cancers that come from the same place, like bladder cancer or melanoma, they're oftentimes very different from patient to patient. And what we use is a new technology called next generation sequencing, which allows us to very rapidly analyze hundreds of genes from that individual's cancer and figure out why they got their tumor, and maybe even why they got it in the first place. Did they inherit a risk factor from their parents or other family members at risk? And what we're using Cycle for Survival money for is to analyze these tumors where we can't get funding from any other organization. And for most rare cancers, there's simply no source of funding other than Cycle to do this type of work.
It's just amazing to me, knowing what I've gone through with sarcomas 30 years ago. The treatment was amputation. And I had my sarcoma in my thigh, and with advances in medical science, obviously over the course of the last 3 decades, I'm here riding a bike with you all, which is amazing.
I'm a twin. In 2011, my twin sister Megan was diagnosed with rhabdomyosarcoma. She, not for 1 second, let that stop her from doing anything. So as much as being a twin is grateful, I learned it's also somewhat crippling, because, now what? Now I don't have the person on the other side of the room. I don't have the confidence booster that I always need. I have these amazing people who are in front of me right now, also riding on Megan's Miracle Makers. But even more than that, I have a couple days a year to be in this room with people who on some level get it. Some way you've all been affected, and I can't even tell you how calming and amazing it feels to be in this room with everyone here. I feel Megan more in these rooms when I'm riding with all of you than most days of the year.
I was very, very fortunate to be able to take an oral drug in addition to my chemotherapy, which was brand new, fast-tracked through the FDA in November, and then I took it starting in January, which is hopefully going to keep this in remission for the rest of my long life. And those are the kind of things that Memorial Sloan Kettering is working on, and that's where your money is going.